The city of Newport, Rhode Island is having an epidemic when it comes to their underground sewer lines. There was recently an article published in the Newport Daily News that I want to read you some excerpts and go over some details on what's going on specifically in Newport, and more importantly, all towns across Rhode Island and southern New England. The article starts off with, a Newport resident paid $19,000 to excavate and replace their lateral sewer lines for their multi-tenant home. He discovered he was not the only tenant around town in Newport facing these issues. But it also references 3 to 4 other people on one specific street that had the same issue occur. The pipes lasted 80 years. You think that it's no coincidence that they all happened at the same time. This is a great reference and really what I want to convey to anybody who lives in an older home. This specific property was built in 1942, which is over 30 years older than a typical life expectancy of these pipes, which is 50 years. So here's something we all have to think about. We're in Rhode Island, southern Massachusetts, southern New England. Any property built before 1970 has the chance that the pipes that are in the ground that take all the water from the sinks and toilets and the showers through our foundation and out to the streets or out to a septic tank, eventually these pipes are going to break. They have reached their life expectancy. That pipe under the ground was not designed to last anywhere near 80 years. So if you think about it, they've actually been really lucky that it's lasted this long. Because of the age of the city and the number of these lines that are past their life expectancy, I think this will be likely something that homeowners will be faced over the next few years. So also around our state here, Rhode Island, there's many cities that are very similar to Newport as far as size, age, and historic value. So we have to think, we have the city of Providence, Pawtucket, Woonsocket. These are all older mill cities that are developed in the 1700s that have buildings and infrastructure that is just as old, if not older, than the city of Newport. So all across the state, the infrastructure under the ground is crumbling. And this is not only an epidemic in Newport, but it's an epidemic across the entire state. This is something that we don't realize and we just take for granted, that because it's under the ground, everything's working properly and there's no issues. This is a huge, huge problem. So specifically to Newport, we know there's a large historical district, there's mansions, there's extremely old infrastructure around this town. So we can pretty much guarantee that almost every single pipe at every property in this city has the chance of incurring a huge cost. Now the good news is there's lots of different ways to fix it. We're going to go into our technology and how we fix it in a later video. But really I'm looking just to educate you on the issues that this gentleman occurred, what happened, and again, that people might not realize that these are happening right around you in your neighborhoods. Another quote from the article, the homeowner's insurance policy, like many, does not cover sewer pipes older than 50 years, meaning he had to pay for the whole entire service and new installation of pipe out of his pocket. We've gone through many different videos and information about the insurance industry, if insurance covers pipes and lines. I recommend you contacting your insurance agency if you do have an issue like this, but as the article says, 95% of policies do not cover this issue. Now here's something a lot of people don't realize or know. As the owner of that property or that business, you are responsible for the maintenance and the upkeep of that line as it heads out to the property and meets the pipe in the street. In the street, that's what the town's responsible for. That's what we refer to as a sewer main or the main in the street. People don't realize that they're responsible for this. So when there's an issue, a break, a crack, a collapse, in Newport, there's a lot of clay pipes, so there's a lot of heavy roots. When these issues occur, that can be a huge expense to you as the property owner that you're not anticipating, that you probably haven't budgeted for, and more importantly, that you're not going to be ready for the amount of disruption that's going to create. Also from the article, the city says it is not responsible for private sewer lines, but it does oversee the repair and installation of new pipes to help reduce the number of excavations and replacements, which have to be done in one given area. If you're a homeowner in Newport, Providence, Pawtucket, Woonsocket, one of the older cities around southern New England, restaurant, hotel, single residence, convenience store, it doesn't matter. The next article could pop up in your city or town. Your friend or your family who lives on your street, down the street, your neighbor could be dealing with this issue right in your neighborhood. The article focuses on the amount of disruption, digging and excavation that takes place in the streets and how disruptive that only is, of course, for the house, but the neighborhood and the street. So for this homeowner and a lot of people in Newport, if they were aware of our service and our technology, we could probably help them solve their problem quicker, faster, and cheaper. So here's my ask. If this issue comes up, you have anything going on with your underground sewer line when it comes to a backup, a collapse, something not draining properly, something going on with your underground infrastructure, give us a call at Royal Flush. Check out our website, our social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Get some information, give us a call. We'd love to come out and help you solve your problem.